What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin and the upcoming golden cross that is about to happen within the next couple days. We're going to take a look at, is this a sign that we're going to continue the bull run here, or is it some sort of just communication that we might not actually continue up? All right, so if that sounds good to you guys, make sure you hit that like button before you go. Also press the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. All right, so let's jump on in here. So as of right now, as it speaks, Bitcoin should be getting this golden cross within the next couple days, right? Bearing some major controversy here where we get a major jump to the downside. We should be getting this golden cross within the middle of next week, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how high Bitcoin can bounce here on this current daily candle. All right, so that's what it's looking like right now. And it's coming at a very, very convenient time for Bitcoin. If we look at where we kind of are in the trend, we came down nicely and tested some of our previous highs and confirmed them nicely as support, right? So it was actually a beautiful back test of some of our previous resistances, guys. And that's why I'm not too worried about the current price action. We're not going to so much talk about that in today's video, but I did want to just quickly state that here. Now, like I said, we are about to get that golden cross. Let's take a look at some of the times before where we got some of these golden crosses and see if we had something similar happen. So what I've said is Bitcoin on these golden and death crosses usually has the opposite happen either right before or initially after, right? So for a golden cross, what we usually see is some sort of pretty decent sized dump going into the golden cross or shortly after. You can see we had the golden cross back here in May of 2020. What happened shortly after? Well, we got approximately, well, we got a couple different dips before. We got a dip of about 20% to the downside there, and we got another dip about 13% to the downside there. All right, so we got some pretty sizable dips right before and right after the golden cross. All right, let's take a look at a few other ones to try to find some examples, right? So we had one here back in April of 2019 as well. What happened with this one? Well, you can see we got the golden cross right here. And what happened right after we got that golden cross? Well, we had approximately about a 11% dip to the downside. So another sort of dump right within a couple of days of having that golden cross, right? So usually these get either front run or it's sort of a buy the rumor, sell the news event. Let's go back and look at another one here. You can see right here, we had the golden cross right here in October of 2015 leading into the bull market. And not too long after, it was just a few days, we're talking about 3 days after, Bitcoin went on to have about a 41% dip down to the downside, right? Shortly after we had that golden cross. And I do believe there's one more. This one's not too significant because there's not too much data back here, but the point still stands. We had the golden cross right here in April 2012, and Bitcoin had about a little bit of a dip, a 6% dip. But this one is a little bit too far ahead of time to really get any significant data there from the golden cross. But anyways, you guys can see that Bitcoin usually has at least about 15% dip within a few days of the golden cross historically, right? And what did we just get? What did we just get for Bitcoin? Well, we just got about a close to a 19% dip down to the downside. This is totally normal and a normal behavior that happens when you do get those golden crosses. Now, the other thing I want to look at, does the golden cross usually lead to higher price action? Well, we know that the golden cross in May 2020 did, right? So that's one for one. We also had a golden cross here in February of 2020. Now, this one was sort of a black swan event. This was a black swan event. I'm not going to count this one just because if this never if the stuff in the world never happened, we wouldn't have had this major dip. And I do believe that we wouldn't have had the death cross, right? I think like we've always said, I do believe we would have just went sideways here for a little longer before just continuing rather than having a massive dump in March of 2020. So we can sort of count out that one. This one, right, we did go on to have pretty significant gains. Not all obviously as high gains as the other ones, but this one we did go on to have about another 200% gain to the upside. This one, we had the golden cross, obviously continued to a bull market. We actually had one here, which was sort of a fake out golden cross right here. in July of 2014, which we also had a dump right as, literally right before we had it and right after, by the way. And we went into a bear market, right? And then we also had one down here. So 4 out of the 5 golden crosses that I think, besides the March 2021, 4 out of 5 led to a pretty sustainable bull trend, right? So 4 out of 5. Is that enough data points to really give us a full picture? Well, I don't know if 5 data points is a good picture. And typically these golden crosses are lagging indicators, right? So we can't take them for full value. But there is that one data point that did lead us into a bear market. So we can't say for certain that this will push us up higher. But I think if anything, it does show the bullish trend that we've had the last couple months. Like I said, golden crosses, death crosses are sort of lagging indicators in a sense. So take that for what you will. Take that data for what you will. Also, I want to look at Ethereum if there was any clues on anything that we kind of had similarly. So Ethereum, you know, when we had these golden crosses, also did have decent sized dumps when we got the golden crosses. So I just wanted to prove my point as we usually see these sell the rumor events right before these crosses, right? You can see Ethereum had a dump here right as you had a golden cross. We look back, Ethereum right here, we had a dump right as we had the golden cross, but still led to higher upwards price action. And we look back here. This one's a little bit smaller, but you guys can see we had a golden cross right here. Ethereum had a dip at that same point, right? So totally normal to get dips right before or right after the golden crosses, guys. I did want to make that point. And 4 out of 5 has led to sustained price action to the upside. And actually, when you look at Ethereum, 3 out of 3 has actually led to higher price action to the upside as well. So if you want to count Ethereum, that's 7 out of 8 has led to further upside price action, right? So take that statistic what you will, but there is that one statistic that did not play out the way we wanted it to play out. So keep that in mind, guys. It's not a guarantee that we're going into a second run of the market. It's not a guarantee, but just wanted to keep this video short and sweet on the golden cross that's about to come up here. We'll see if it does bring us higher. If it doesn't, I don't think it's the end of the world. We've seen times in the past where we can maybe just go sideways or even have another dip after we have the golden cross. All right, so if you guys like the video, make sure you guys hit that like button. Also subscribe if you guys are new. I'll catch you guys later. All right.